everybody? So today we are in a 1987 300ZX, and this is Ben's car. You might recognize him. I did a video of his VR4 3000 GT, and now we're in the 300ZX. So tell me about this thing.
Yeah, man, it's my other car. It's the even older, the even clunkier Japanese sports car in my low collection, I guess. This thing I've had an obsession with, more or less, over my entire time of being into cars. I've had 5 of these Z31s. Hey, this is by far the best and cleanest and fastest example of one that I've owned. Story behind this thing is I sold my last one in order to buy the VR4, and while that was the best deal ever, it just left a hole in my heart. I needed another Z31 because that car was so much fun. The memories I made in that thing, just the 80s retro appeal to it, is just spot on. I missed it. It's iconic. No other car could ever fill that hole for me. I ended up finding this thing in Los Angeles, and wow. I saw it. It was the exact spec, down to the exact color that I wanted, with the digital dash and, you know, the T-tops. Yeah. And it had fully loaded, right? Exactly the way I wanted. The only catch was it was an automatic, but that has now changed.
Yeah, okay, you swapped it.
Yes, nice. I did. That was not cheap to do, but yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, I literally flew all the way over there, and I bought this thing with the intention, with the kind of rather ambitious, kind of dumb intention of driving it all the way back from Los Angeles to Houston. And, well, basically, the day after I bought this car, the unthinkable happened. It turns out the hood latch was broken, and I found out in the worst way imaginable. I got on the highway in LA. I was about to head back for Houston, and the hood just flew up and smashed out the windshield out of nowhere. Oh shit. So yeah, no more hood, no more windshield, and I had to limp it back to the hotel and think of something fast, because otherwise I was going to be stuck in LA with a broken car, an undrivable car. Right. So I ended up thinking of calling a car transport company, and thankfully they only managed to, they hauled it back here for only $1,000 or so. Okay, it's not bad. Yeah, it's probably around the same amount I would have spent in gas on the way back here. Yeah, anyway, probably. Yeah. And hotel, but yeah, I got it back here in not one piece but multiple pieces, and thankfully I had a few people I knew who were specialized in Z31s. They happened to find replacement hood and a replacement windshield for me, just like that. And before I knew it, I had this thing up and running again, and yeah, that nightmare was over, and I had my dream 80s sports car once again. Nice. I've done to the car this far, I mean, besides manual swapping it, I already talked about that, but yeah, I got the custom hood replaced, because you can see it's got a nice little custom, like, sparkly blue paint job. Oh, okay. Some carbon fiber vents. And those look like they're from like an S197 or something. Like yeah, right? Yeah, no, they're from this friend of mine's got a Z31 also. He had like a kind of a drift build, wide-bodied Z31, but he decided to go with a full carbon hood, so he sold me this one. Okay. Yeah, just in time for it too. I also have it on coilovers. Nothing fancy though, just pretty basic ones. Keep the stock wheels though, because they look sexy as hell on this car. I don't ever want to get rid of them. The real 80s. Yeah, very 80s turbo blades, right? And they match the rest of the paint job. So it's got that nice gunmetal gray. Yeah, they look good. That. Most notably, a big intercooler kit. There's a giant intercooler hanging off the front. You can probably see. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of tune on it. It's making a lot more boost than it would from the factory. Right. Make it on this little boost gauge here, it climbs up to around like 13, 14 pounds. So close as you can get to like the perfect example of one. Okay, we got under the hood. This is the turbo model, right? So we have 3-liter V6, single overhead cam, very tanky motor, cast iron block. And it's got a Garrett T25 turbo. Right. So and this is a VG30 ET. You got it, yes. Okay. So this was the car that precedes the Z32, which has the VG30 DET.
Yes. See, that's what I'm familiar with, the Z32.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like this car. Not many people know about it because everybody only knows about the Z32s. They're in name the same car, but they're actually very different.
And this is actually based on a 280 platform, isn't it?
Somewhat, yeah.
Isn't it the chassis pretty much?
I'd say it's a lot more
very similar.
It's a lot more similar to a 280 ZX than it is to a Z32.
Right.
You know? But yeah, this is the first Z car they started using the V6 engine platform with.
Okay, yeah, before they were all inlines.
Exactly, yeah. Cool. And this is also the only Z car to feature pop-up headlights. Which,
oh, okay, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, no, that's because everything about it just screams 80s. It is a 80s wedge doorstop type shape. It's basically an isosceles triangle on wheels. And I love that, you know?
Right. So as far as modifications, so the Garrett turbo is that a stock turbo?
Oh yeah, it's stock. Like the internals are stock too, as far as I know. But this thing has had something done to it by the previous owner. He wasn't entirely clear on what it's got, but it is 110% faster than stock. Like, yeah. Like these things came from the factory with only like 200 horsepower, which was a fair amount back in the 80s. But this thing, it can beat my VR4 from a dig.
From a dig? Wow.
Yeah, believe it or not, it is ridiculously fast, like faster than it should be.
Yeah.
And it's, if I were to guess, it's with what it's got going on, it's probably making like 250 to 300.
Yeah.
Wheel.
And this thing probably weighs about what, 2,800 pounds?
Yeah, I would say closer to like 29 or 30, or yeah, no, sorry, 3,000 pounds, and much lighter than the VR4, so it has that advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, this thing also has got the iconic digital dash, right? I like, for some reason mine, like the temperature gauge doesn't want to show up sometimes, like right now. Yeah. But other than that, that display is the most like space age, like 80s retro thing. It's like hypnotizing. I love like turning my car on and seeing that every time. That's cool, yeah. Yeah, no, it's probably my favorite part of the car. Oh, also a very 80s thing about this car, it's got the T-tops. You can take this off and it's basically a convertible. Right. Yeah, but you still have more chassis, like structural rigidity because of this bar that goes across the roof. So, do they leak? Oh, mine, I got lucky, man. Mine do not leak at all. Wow. They're infamous for that. Okay. Wow, yeah, I know, I was gonna say. Cool, man. One of the lucky few. This thing's really cool, I like it. Appreciate it, I've never been in a Z31. I've been in several Z32s, but not a Z31. Yeah. I don't know much about these at all, but other than they were before the 300ZX, the Z32. Yep. So exactly. I think very, very criminally underrated. It's like oftentimes I think the forgotten Z car. Like, oh yeah, it's always overshadowed by the other ones. All right, Ben. Well, once again, thank you for bringing your Z31 out. I think this thing's cool. It was a great first experience in one of these. Like I said, I've been in Z32s, but never a Z31. But it was a lot of fun, and it's probably the cleanest one I've seen. Well, thank you very much. I agree. So, thanks a lot, dude. Yeah, man, for sure. It was a good time. Yeah, always a good time. So, see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Mm-hmm.